What's up, everybody? I am Allie Love, and welcome to the Basics of Bossing Up, where we discuss basic principles in order to create the lives we want. Today, we are going to continue talking about hiring. In our previous episode, we talked about maybe listing some of the things that you need when you're taking your one-woman team and you're expanding it into 2 or 3 people. One of the reasons we discussed that is because most times we don't actually prepare for the person who's going to come on next to take care of the workload. We expect someone to be just like us, who can handle anything or everything or figure it out. And we want to respect the people that we're hiring, so much so that we're able to list out their job duties and then give them those job duties so we manage our expectations and theirs. The next step in this, what we want to discuss today, is hiring the right person. This is not easy. I can tell you firsthand, I've had some experiences where I'm like, did I make the right choice? As a small business owner, none of us, or most of us, have had that experience. And the reason is because you think you meet someone and you go off of a vibe and you're like, this person has exactly what it takes, and I know that they're going to be able to take, the business or the company to the next level. In most first interviews, people on the other side of the table, and so you as the employer and business owner, want to make a good impression. You want everything to sound good. You want to be excited about it because you are. And their skill set, so the person that you're interviewing, the interviewee, is also excited about their skill set, what they can bring to the table, how they can help. And anytime you have vague issues, even if you go to a friend, a coworker, anyone on the street and you say, hey, I have this problem, most people are going to attempt to solve it, or at least say, you know what, if you gave me some time, I probably could figure it out. The reality is the other person on the side of the table, the interviewee, will say the exact same thing. And it's not that they're lying to you. It's not that they don't mean it. The reality is that it's not their responsibility to figure out your problems. It's your responsibility to come with a list of things you need, put them in a position so you manage their expectations and yours. And that way you can get to the crux of what you need and if they're qualified to do those exact things. We hire people that maybe, and I'm a very overly ambitious person. There's nothing wrong with that. But we hire people that maybe come with great energy. It's kind of like you have your first date. You may be good on the first date, but the reality is when you're building a career, it's hard work. It's nothing from glamorous. The Instagram photos that are put up, the quote walls that are created, the events that you're going to as you're creating these businesses, the events that you're putting on, they're just a speck, a small drop of water in a bucket of hard work. So finding someone who's going to put in the time, the work, and actually be able to, and I guess knowledgeable into getting the things that needs to be done is really important. So outside of making that list, I want you to understand that once you make that list, you have to find someone that's qualified in those areas. Not to say that young women, young men cannot, older women, older men, anybody cannot learn a new skill set. That's not the case. But when you're making the list, prioritize what's important to your company, what's going to take your company, your business to the next level soon, whether that's graphic design, whether that's social media planning, whether that's brand development, whether that's event planning, whether that's product creation, whether that's finding vendors, whether that's being organized and doing all the finances. Whatever is that one thing at the top of your list, this person has to be sufficient. They have to, for lack of a better word, be more, or for lack of a better phrase, just be a little smarter than you in that area and more proficient in that area, which is why you're hiring out, which is why you're not going to outsource anymore and you're going to invest financially in someone to come on and share the company time with you or multiple people. So amongst that list, again, prioritizing the top 3 things, making sure that person is sufficient, and also not only making sure that they can do those skill sets, but being honest and candid about who you are and how you work. I think that's really important as a business owner. Sometimes people sending emails at night can feel disrespectful to those of us that are early risers, where we're just like, why am I waking up to all these emails? Or why am I not getting answer this morning? So managing, if you're working with someone freelance and you don't have the luxury of having your own office space and you're working, you're using Google Hangout and all these things to kind of connect, being really honest about your schedule, what's feasible, how many hours a week you want them to work, what you can afford. Do not get in over your head. We're going to talk about that in the next episode. When part 3 to hiring is finances, but what you can afford, how much time, they can allot, and be happy. I always ask people, what's sustainable? Granted, you can get any project to anyone by tomorrow, but really what's sustainable so you can carry on with your life, be happy about what you're doing, and of course create a vibe and have people that work for you that are happy. Anyways, that's my time. I got to keep it under 5 minutes. Please share. Those of you that have hired people, what are some of the tricks, the tools that you've engaged with or that you implemented in growing your company and of course taking it to the next level. Maybe the interview process is something that we can discuss soon as well. Share your comments below. I am Allie Love. Thank you so much for listening to the Basics of Bossing Up. Bye, you guys.